So as I was scrolling through Twitter this past weekend, I saw that Law and Order SVU and Organized Crime started filming again, and that got me thinking of a court show that I would want to be on. And the one I came up with was Gary Busey's Pet Court.
Wait, what? There was a pet court?
Yeah, is this an
Yes.
actual show, or did you just
It
make it
is.
up?
No,
People bring
it
their pets
definitely
to this
is.
place?
I had never seen an episode, I will be honest, but it just seems super interesting. And my quote unquote crime would be me fighting the state that I'm living in to allow me to have a pet pig, because why can pigs not be pets?
Wow, that's
I
serious.
feel like
tell
a
me.
domesticated pig would make a great pet.
Thank you, right?
That's
They're
a good
just
fight,
so,
honestly.
so cute. Please tell me why I can't have that as a pet. I'd rather save it than kill it and eat it.
Pigs are smart too.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're like super smart.
I feel like you could train a pig to poop in a litter box too.
Probably.
probably.
Especially if you're raising it from birth.
Yes. I'll give
little
it like a
teacup
little
pig.
shed in the
You got a name
backyard
for
that they
it?
could. Yes. I actually would want to name it Gilbert.
Gilbert?
Yeah. So,
Nice.
I like it. I think if I was ever on a court show, I would want to do Judge Judy because she's like an icon. And I think my case would probably be something about, I think Christopher Maloney would take me to court for stalking him.
I could support it. I'll be in the stands, be like, Haley.
I'd be like, Your Honor, the cake. I needed to get a slice of that cake.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
It's tasty.
Yeah.
So there's this one show that I remember watching growing up as a kid that my parents would watch all the time, and it's called Caso Cerrado, which means case closed. And it was the most ridiculous thing on TV ever. There would be clowns and like people like circus acts, and these were like it was a court. It was a room. It was a courtroom, and people were like, "Oh, yeah, this person owes me this, and oh, this person did that," and I think if I were, and just because of the ridiculousness, I think back to this one time I was with somebody I met at a conference, and we were like at the airport, and we were taking an Uber together. They were like, "Yo, like, can you like just like my phone's dying? Can you just like put it on your card right now and just like send me to do the message to do half of it?" And then I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." To this day, he still owes me $15.
Dad, $15.
$15. But you know
It's
what?
not gonna happen,
Because
man.
it's not, I don't care
Can you
anymore. I see the
clown
guy every
court,
once in a
buddy?
while, honestly. We're friends. But I've never brought it up. If he's listening, I doubt he's listening. But like,
He's listening. He's like, crap.
oh, that's me.
He remembers.
But no, I mean, because of the ridiculousness of the show, I would probably do somebody owe me $15 at this Caso Cerrado.
A clown court.
Nice.
Yeah, a clown court.
Man, I don't know any court shows. Not gonna lie. When you mentioned court shows, the first thing came to my mind was the Amanda show back in the day, where she
Oh
was
my
like, "Bring in the
gosh.
dancing
Oh,
lobsters."
man, amazing.
So I'm gonna go to court for, God, I don't know. It would probably be like running through the streets naked and screaming, drunk.
It's a
Why would
public
somebody-
intoxication.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
so
probably.
you're trying to put a thing to it. I'm like, that sounds like fun to me.
And then you bring in the dancing lobsters, and then we all dance
Yeah,
together.
party.
I can
So.
appreciate that.
Coming in hot from Olympus Games in Mesa, Arizona.
It's the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast.
Well, welcome back to a new episode of the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast. We are here at our new home, Olympus Games. Just want to thank them for allowing us to come here every week to record. They have an awesome space, and it's super enjoyable to be here and in person to see all your wonderful, beautiful
The
faces.
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 Let's introduce ourselves. I am Nicole.
I'm Haley.
This is your boy Alex.
It's your girl Shauna, aka the chick with the pants and the shirt.
Oh, we got a lot of AKAs going on. Yeah, we all have like another thing somebody thinks of
Yes.
us as.
Well, it's very nice to be here with you all again.
So.
I'm sorry, I might have stole that from you from last
Yeah.
week, but I listened to the podcast a couple days ago, and I was like, "That was so
It's
stupid."
a
I love it
vibe.
so
Yeah,
much.
we out here.
I
Honestly,
love
we
it so
fan.
much.
But how's everyone's week been?
Yo, it's been a whole week, right? Since it's been, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's how time
It's
goes.
been a long week.
It
Just got
has
back
been
from
a
San
long
Diego.
Nice.
Good.
How was
That's
that?
right.
Catching some rays.
Jet
It's really
setting.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
I know. I felt like, school's starting back up. I got to go back to work, so I had to get that one last road trip in. So-
Nice.
Last hurrah.
I've never been to San Diego, but I always wanted to go to
What?
San Diego. Did I ever talk about Pacific, my mannequin? She's in San Diego.
Nice.
Oh, you need to go to San Diego. It's such a fast drive from Phoenix too. It's like 5.5, 6 hours.
That sounds like a long drive.
It's
to me.
not that bad. It's like an hour flight.
But I'm driving.
Deal. I don't want to drive. Shoot.
Yeah.
Junkie road trip.
Twist my arm. That's fine with me.
Yeah, we'll go on Shauna's Tesla. It drives itself.
He'll take my Tesla, but Alex will drive it.
Okay.
Great.
That's fine.
They just sit there and just
I'll teach you how.
Okay.
You say, Elon, and then a voice goes, yes, Alex. And you
Please
say,
don't tell me it's Elon.
and you say, take me to San Diego, and it goes, of course, Alex.
Actually, I think
That's not really how.
Yeah, Elon sounds like a
I think
Dr.
I'd be
Evil.
okay with that. He
That's
seems
really
like a
not how
guy
Teslas
to
work.
be able to kick it with.
You could kick it with the Tesla,
Maybe.
Elon.
That's the Tesla Elon. That has to be that specific.
Not the real Elon, just the
maybe,
robot
maybe.
voice.
You get to know him.
He'll take you to space.
I'm glad everyone's having a great week.
Awkward pause.
We may have an
Anyway.
episode recording in San Diego in the near future. Don't know. But what have we all been watching this week? That's the real question.
Well, have you guys watched Space Jam? You guys know Space Jam is out?
No,
I have not
Yeah,
watched
Space
it.
Jam.
Right,
Good.
it's on the
Yeah.
list. Haven't got
Yes.
to it
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Did you watch it?
I did. Yeah, it's on. What was it? HBO Max.
Mhm.
Right? There's a
Yeah.
TV place.
And in theaters.
Yeah, in there. And honestly, so if you watch the first one, I don't know. I guess I'm a sucker for the first one, but I think the only thing I liked about Space Jam, this one, the New Legacy, were the Looney Tunes. Like the Looney Tunes, and they were like going through like different universes, and like they were like meeting like Superman, like Rick and Morty, like all these like different characters, and they were just funny. But for some reason, like the rest of the story, like I remember, and I haven't seen the first one in a little bit, but I remember the basketball game in the first one of Space Jam with the Toon Squad. I remember it being so much more emotional than the one now, or at least like more suspenseful. Like there was more urgency going on. They like had like in the first one, like the special water that was like that's
Yeah,
great.
Bill
It's
Murray.
memorable. Yeah, Bill Murray. What? Well, yeah, that tops it
Oh,
off.
man.
I can see why it would be hard.
So are you popping, dropping, or hot potatoing?
I don't know. I think personally, I'm gonna drop it. Honestly, it's good. Whatever. It's nostalgic. But if I'm like sitting there watching the movie, I just really there just for the Looney Tunes,
Yeah.
and they're only there for just like maybe like a third of the movie. I mean, they're there throughout the movie, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. I mean, if you're into the nostalgic like feel, like just like the excitement of like LeBron James, and yeah, pop it. But personally, I'm just like I didn't really care for it. And then there was another thing I watched, Monsters at Work. You guys know Monsters Inc.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. TV
Monsters-
series, right?
Inc. I love Monsters Inc. I love Monsters Inc. I love Monsters University, and I love Monsters at Work. So I'm gonna pop that.
So this is a Disney Plus show, I'm
This
assuming.
is a Disney Plus show.
Okay.
It's a series. Oh my god, yo, I'm so excited about this show. Like they're like so cool. So it starts off where the Monsters Inc. movie left off. So people just like found out that laughter brings in more energy than the scares that they were doing. So there's this like new guy that comes in. He's like ready to like scare like all these little children, but then all of a sudden now he has to like make them laugh, and he's like, "What is this?" And like put him in like the maintenance department, so he's like fixing things. It's really cool, and like it's really cute. I'm a big Monsters fan. I'm a big Pixar fan, really, but definitely popping it. And another thing that I'm popping is Willow's new album. I don't know. Have you guys listened to it yet?
I checked
Not
out
yet.
some of it.
Yo,
Yeah.
I've never listened to anything Willow before.
What genre of music is she doing now? Because I'm sure that she's grown up since the lip gloss is popping and cool.
Right.
No, yeah.
I forgot about that.
I think that's what I like.
I tried really hard not to sing it. Could you tell?
I think that's what I liked about this one, because you can, for me at least, like this is the first time I ever listened to any sort of like album from her, and initially, like right when I listened to it, I was like, wow, this is her voice.
Yeah.
Like I can like tell it's her. And the thing about it, like it reminded me of like all these like different like punk grudge like feelings. Like
Oh,
I felt like
really?
Ryan K or like No Effects and like
What?
Rancid. Like there was like all these like different like bands, like punkish, like grungish like bands, and even got like in like the lyrics and stuff a little bit like Billie Eilish. Like there's like
So it's an alternative album.
It's an alternative album.
What?
It's classified as an
So
alternative
yeah,
album.
so I was listening to some of it, and she's got some collaborations with Travis Barker, which seems to be the thing that everybody is doing now.
You either sleep with him or make music with him.
Exactly. Like you want a song to get on the radio, have Travis Barker do the drums in the background. And then she has another one with Avril Lavigne, and
I love Avril.
obviously, like I don't know, there's this kind of shift in like music right now where like you've got Machine Gun Kelly, and then you've got like
Girlfriends, which is fronted by a guy who used to do rap and hip hop. And you've got Mod's son, who's switching over to kind of this like pop, punk, alternative thing.
Yeah, even, what's her face? The super famous cute girl who has that.
Olivia Rodrigo.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, some of her songs reminded me of like Hole, kind of. And that kind of like, just like 90s alternative. And I found out Jada Pinkett Smith had a heavy metal band back in 2002 called Wicked Wisdom.
I am here for this, and I'm going to find it.
So Willow, like, I think is drawing a lot of inspiration from her mom and really, like, I don't know, throwing herself into it. I kind of got, like, Olivia Rodrigo vibes. It's like if Olivia wasn't pop and was, like, exclusively alternative, you'd have Willow.
I don't know. I really like enjoyed it. Like it was, and it had like that sort of like transition. Like it started off like really like punkish, like da da da. Like there's a song called like F you, and they're like da da da. It's just like somebody like feeling into the mic, and then it like goes like it like tunes down. It was just a great album.
I'm going to give this a whirl on the ride home.
I personally enjoyed it. I pop it, but that's kind of like what's been like keeping me busy for the last week.
Man, I haven't watched anything new this week. I don't know what I've been doing with myself. I spent 8 hours at the pool on Sunday. Like,
nice.
It was nice, but the sunburn on my chest is not. I am still obsessed with Crime Scene Kitchen, hosted by Joel McHale. It's super funny. I love Joel McHale. Anything that he's on, I'm all about. And I love baking shows and cooking shows. So that combines the best of both of those. And I think they have their finale coming up at sometime in July or early August. So I pop that if you're a Joel McHale fan, if you liked him in,
Joel McHale's
Community.
Funny. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's super funny and seems kind of likable and sarcastic. And I really like baking shows.
I like that. I'm into that vibe. I feel sometimes the same.
I'm into that sarcasm vibe. I feel that. I also still watch My Hero Academia every week. It is still going super strong. You guys are all looking for a fun anime to watch.
So I tried watching that. I was looking for it.
What?
I went on Crackle and I was like, yo, where's My Hero Academia? And I didn't find it. I was mad.
What?
I don't know
okay, so I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu.
On Hulu?
Yes,
okay. I went on Crackle to look for it.
I have no idea what on earth Crackle is.
Crackle is not what it's called? Crunchyroll?
Crunchyroll. There you go.
Yeah, Crackle's like, no one uses Crackle, dude.
It's like listening to Pandora instead of Spotify. What are you doing, man? I love you, Pandora. I'm just kidding. I know you hosted.
We'd like Pandora.
We love you. Please keep playing.
I'm thinking about it. I think I did go on. Is Crackle a real thing?
I think I've seen that.
Crackle is a thing. Yeah.
Okay,
My
so
Roku.
I think that's where I went on to look for it.
It's the app that people use who don't want to pay for Netflix or Hulu.
There you go. You were almost there, man.
Okay, so it makes sense.
You were so close, bro. Okay, so
next time.
I don't watch a lot of dubbed anime. So I don't like them when they're in English. I'll watch them in the original Japanese with subtitles at the bottom. The only animes that I like dubbed are Dragon Ball Z, because I really like Chris Sabat. He's the voice of Vegeta. And I think Goku's English voice sounds a lot better than the Japanese voice. And then Yu Yu Hakusho, because again, Chris Sabat is one of the main characters. For My Hero Academia, again, Chris Sabat is in My Hero Academia, but I prefer the Japanese version. So yes, Crunchyroll or Hulu. It might only be English on Hulu, but still definitely popping it, worth a watch.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. Sometimes it's a little hard for me to like watch just the subtitles because then I gotta pay attention.
You definitely do.
The experience is so much better. It's so much worth. I don't know. I enjoy that. Then yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's definitely it's like that's how it was originally made, and a lot of the time the voice acting I feel like is better when it's the original Japanese. I mean, I know English like voice acting has gotten a lot better in anime.
I do watch One Piece dubbed. That one, yeah. For some reason, I can't watch it like with the subtitles.
I've only watched a couple episodes of One Piece because there's like 2,000 episodes. So I didn't even, I don't have the time or patience to commit to this.
Haley and Nicole are like, yes.
It sounds fascinating.
Yeah, sounds great.
So speaking of dubbed, just kidding. No, nothing. I have no transition.
Japanese.
No, speaking of shows from other countries.
There you go.
I recently started watching Wellington Paranormal, which you can watch on the CW or on HBO Max. And what's interesting about this show, so it's from New Zealand. It's out of New Zealand. And it actually came out in 2018 in New Zealand and is on like the 4th season over there. But we're just now getting to watch it here. and it's set in the same universe as What We Do in the Shadows. So if you've seen that movie or the show
The
on
movie's
FX,
so freaking funny.
I'm absolutely obsessed with both the movie and the show. And I really love Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement's sense of humor, which is just really like kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
And it's its own brand of humor, I think. So you either like
Completely.
you love it or you hate it. But Wellington Paranormal set in the same universe, and it's a mix of like What We Do in the Shadows meets Cops meets The X-Files. So it's about these two New Zealand police officers who investigate paranormal activity, and I'm crying laughing.
So should I watch What We Do in the Shadows to enjoy this?
You
or-
don't have to. It's a shared universe, but it doesn't make, at least not yet, it hasn't made any like direct references or anything like that. So you don't have to. What We Do in the Shadows is exclusively about like vampires and werewolves, and this is about like all
And
things
it's a
paranormal.
comedy?
It's a comedy.
Okay,
it's a
I'm digging that.
mockumentary.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So and it's just I love it. I mean, like I love the X-Files, and so it's like kind of a big time spoof of that whole genre, and it's super, super funny. And like the first episode, I'm laughing. My husband's like, I don't know about this. By the third episode, he's like rolling on the floor, like unable to pay attention to
It doesn't
anything.
feel like a CW show, though.
Not at
It's on
all.
CW?
No.
Okay.
It's on CW. Like you can watch it via the CW, but it's a New Zealand show, so it's
Okay.
not like produced by the CW or anything like that.
Okay.
So-
Sometimes, like, I mean, I used to be such a big fan of the CW shows, but now when I hear something is on the CW, it's such an automatic turn off
Yeah.
for me. Just like, oh man, they're going to be so angsty.
I'm like that too with everything except this and Superman and
Yeah,
Lois.
same. I
Yeah.
was just gonna say.
But then I really like What We Do in the Shadows is just freaking hilarious. And like, I love Flight of the Conchords and like that whole bizarre
I didn't
humor
watch
thing you're
that.
mentioning.
People love that show for so long.
I saw Flight of the Conchords on tour.
Did you?
Yeah, like and Brett McKenzie, who's one half of that. He wrote a bunch of songs for the Muppets, and Reese Darby is
hilarious.
part of them, and he's in that Wrecked show that I love. Anyway, I'm like the stan of these weird New Zealand people.
Dude, when my husband and I got married and he took my garter off, we played It's Business Time.
Yes!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
People were like, what the hell is
I
this?
wish I knew.
But
'cause
we
I
knew.
I wanna
We
experience
knew.
it.
I love it. Yeah, but other than that, the Loki finale obviously
Yes.
it's been interesting. I've read so many reactions of people who did not like Loki and the Loki finale, and a lot of people who really don't like Silky the ship. Right?
I just have to
Silky.
pause you
Silky
for
the
1 second
ship.
and just clap, clap, clap for you because you totally last week were correct. Okay, wait. Loki spoilers in 3, 2, 1. It was definitely Kang the Conqueror.
It was,
You were right.
yes. But you know what was interesting about that was it wasn't Kang the Conqueror as we know him.
Yes.
It was like a muted kind of nice Kang the Conqueror.
Because it was only one version of him.
Right. But now they've unleashed all the versions
Yes.
of him. And so we knew how it was going to end because we knew that the multiverse had to come to fruition.
Mhm.
So that to me, I guess when people are like, I didn't like the ending. I'm like, how did you think it was going to end? Like,
right? Like there's
Oh.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has already been announced. Obviously, at some point, there needs to be a multiverse of madness introduced.
yeah, I was really, really sad though when Mobius didn't know who he was.
Oh my God, that was
broke my heart.
heartbreaking.
I'm far more invested in the Mobius and Loki friendship than I am in any other sort of relationship in that show. That's
I mean,
for sure.
I definitely ship Loki and Sylvie. When they kissed, I scored like a schoolgirl, but we've already established that Shauna likes kissing. So I was the one who was like, now kiss, like pushing them together. Now kiss. So I was here for it, but I did feel like there was a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, it was exposition heavy, which I think though you either get that in the beginning or you get that at the end.
That's
like it's
true.
going to have to come at some point because we know that these shows are functioning to set up the rest of this universe. So that exposition is going to have to come somehow.
I think that's
but-
what happened to me. Like, I feel like I had to like sit down and like watch it, like really like
Mhm.
sit down, like, closed room with nobody bothering me. And I just couldn't. I haven't finished it. I haven't even gotten there. I'm like in the middle of the third season. I
Yeah.
haven't gotten it.
It was really good. I'm looking forward to. They announced today actually that the Miss Marvel series and the Hawkeye series are both going to be out before the end of the year.
Oh, wow. I'm
So-
excited for both of those. I loved the Miss Marvel comics, read them. I mean, I'm so behind on any kind of Marvel comic.
Miss Marvel is not the same as Captain Marvel.
No. So they know each other.
Yeah, it's and I hope Kamala, is it Kamala or Kamala?
I think it's
The vice president?
yeah, no, it's the same.
it's the
No.
same. I think it's okay. Our vice
'Cause the vice
president
president
is
is Kamala.
I think she's Kamala
Kamala,
Khan.
I think so
she's
too.
Kamala Khan.
So yeah, so Kamala Khan.
I love you, Kamala and Kamala. Both of you.
Kamala Khan is Miss Marvel, and it's a girl who develops superpower, but is a big fan and is inspired by Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and so she names herself Miss Marvel as a tribute to Carol Danvers.
Yeah, she's a teenage girl. She's still in high school. She's in a very religious Muslim household. She's kind of trying to balance like her familial expectations with her friends and boys and having superpowers. And I really liked that.
And she's really stretchy.
She's super stretchy.
It's really cool.
She got big hands.
Yeah.
of
So
yoga.
yeah, I'm excited about both those series. And obviously we know a little bit about what's to come in the Hawkeye series with him training the new Hawkeye and apparently Yelena coming and taking him out. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited about it.
And you meant hot guy, right?
Yes, Hot Guy. Yes,
The Hot Guy series.
That's every series. That was the Loki series for me for sure.
Yes, it was. Mm.
Well, for me, I'm being my basic self and popping The Bachelorette. Katie is down to her final 4, which means hometowns are next week, which I'm very excited for. She has 4 really, really, really great men, in my opinion. I think these are one of the best top 4 guys I've seen in a very long time.
Who are they?
So there's Greg, Blake, Justin, and Michael. My top is probably Greg. He's so
Hey,
sweet.
That sounds familiar. Which one's that guy?
Was
Was he in the box? Was he the guy in the box?
He's not the same one that was doing
No.
the Virgin song or the Virgin poem.
No.
Sorry.
That was Connor. I was here for Connor.
Yeah, Connor went home.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm shipping Katie and Greg or Katie and Blake. I really like those 2 as her top 2 runners. Michael is okay. He's kind of giving me weird vibes. He has a son. Not that that's like the weird vibes. I'm just saying he has
Ew,
a son.
children.
Yeah. No, he has a son, but I don't know. He's giving me weird vibes. Justin is probably my number 3. I really like him as well, but definitely Greg for number 1.
Okay, Team Greg.
Didn't they announce that Connor is going to be on Bachelor in Paradise?
I honestly don't watch that show, so I have no idea who's on
Oh,
it.
that's the David Spade hosted
Yeah.
one, right? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, I
it's
can't
so
wait.
spicy.
I might watch it just for David, but we'll see.
So what is Bachelor in Paradise? Do all the contestants go and all just bang each? Is it just an orgy on a beach, basically?
Pretty much.
Don't
So
they have
all-
that show though? Isn't that Love Island? Because they started that
it's
show
pretty
too,
much
right?
the same
It's
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So Bachelor in Paradise is pretty much all of them go to a resort type place, and they all mingle, and they all try to find someone in the franchise that they're in love with, and it's like.
Oh, so
Please
these are
meet
all
people
previous
outside of
contestants
If
from
the comfort
I was
zone.
like-
previous.
So beach orgy.
Yes.
Hashtag beach orgy.
That's why they call it
Oh
Paradise.
shoot! That sounds like every show on MTV in the '90s was Beach Orgy.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Dude, Real World Road Rules Challenge.
Yes,
Beach
That's
orgy.
all it was. That's all it was. You remember Next, where the
Yes.
bus?
Oh no!
Oh my
It was just
God.
bus orgy.
Yes.
That's all it was.
You always had to say something really stupid
Yeah,
about
they have
yourself when
those
you got out.
same kind of shows. You guys watch? So on Snapchat, there's like Snap. They have like these Snap series, and
Yeah.
one of them is like the phone one, where like these like people that are like having these blind dates, they exchange phones and like have to like go through each other's phones
Oh
to
my
like
gosh.
Oh, that's weird.
figure each other out. Yeah, it's.
There's a reason
I'm into it.
Bachelorette has been on for so long. It's a simple formula. Stick with it. Don't try
It
to be too
works.
crazy.
Yes.
It works.
Everyone is still with their person they chose.
Everyone
Every
is in
single
love,
one.
married, happy.
It works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hi, I'm Haley the Brave, teacher and mom by day, cosplayer and pop culture junkie by, well, also by day. I'm obsessed with all things fandom and I love to talk about it. So join me and some of my friends as we geek out about TV, movies, music, and all the awesome things that make life worth living. Listen to my podcast, 30 Nerdy and Thriving, available now on all major streaming platforms.
I don't know if you guys heard the stories, but I have 2 stories actually on baseball. There was a maid at a hotel in Denver. She was cleaning the rooms and she walked into a room and there was a dozen weapons and hundreds of rounds of ammunition in the hotel near the site of the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, which is Coors Field in Colorado. And so she called the police and told them about it because she had no idea if this was going to be some type of shooting at the All-Star Game that was going to happen or what. But good for her for getting it out of the way and doing the right thing.
I heard that they said that they were planning like a Las Vegas style mass shooting.
Which is absolutely terrible to think about because watching the game, that stadium was completely packed. And
horrifying.
That would have been horrific, terrifying. I knew 2 people who were at the game, or All-Star Game, so that would have been absolutely devastating.
Yeah, good thing,
But I did read an interview, and one of the guys who was arrested did come out with a quote, and he said that he wasn't planning on doing any violence to people gathered for the game. He, quote unquote, said, "I was trying to get there and sell some dope and get out, and the next thing I know, the SWAT team and everybody on me." So
drugs and guns.
Yeah.
So like, sell some weed at the game.
Yeah,
Cool, that's fine. Make your
Why
coin.
do you need a giant
Why
stick?
It isn't.
do not know, but yeah, that was
The pop culture junkies do not condone drug dealing.
no. Yeah, that was crazy. And then another one was recently at the Nationals Padres game in Washington. There was a shooting outside of Nationals Park, which again is in Washington. And I guess it was like a road rage incident and they started shooting at each other. And one of the fans, who was a woman who was at the game, she ended up getting grazed in the back by a bullet. And then I believe the other 2, I believe you can call them suspects because they're involved in the shooting. They, at the hospital, were questioned and stuff. So
wow, people are so
you
reckless.
could actually hear the gunshots during the game.
That's so
and you could just see
scary.
all the people running.
Yeah,
Well, you had
it's
some people
terrifying.
just standing there drinking their beer, not doing
Especially,
anything.
the
And it's
week
like,
after
okay.
that whole
Right.
Denver
Exactly.
incident.
So,
Well, that's how you can tell America is opening back up again. Shootings are back.
very true.
Sorry, was that too political? It's true.
I was just thinking when you're talking about that, I think there was a huge fight that broke out at Knott's Berry Farm like a couple weeks ago. And then it was like immediately followed up by like a drive-by shooting outside of Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh, wow.
And then that
Where's
was,
that?
this is in California.
California?
And then that was immediately followed up by like, while I was in San Diego, I'm reading the news, and some dude decided to climb to the top of the Supreme Scream ride, which is
I
one of
saw
those rides
that.
where it just drops you,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It lifts you, just drops you.
Those are awesome.
It's like 250 feet in the air. There's not a ladder to like scale to the top of it. So he just full on Spider-Man's his way to the top and is just dancing and screaming like a lunatic. And they had to shut the park down and spend the whole rest of the day trying to get this guy down. They ended up getting him down without incident. But everybody on Twitter is like, "Oh my gosh, Knott's Berry Farm, what is happening to this place?"
I think that sounds pretty methed up to me.
Wait,
Dude,
so
for
the guy
real.
just like went up this scale, this ride, and
Yes.
was just dancing. That sounds,
So he got whatever
kinda wanna do
dope
that.
from the guy in Colorado, and then
I'm sure that
decided
you
to
can
go-
get some goods. Yeah,
Sounds like
exactly. We could.
adventures.
decided to go scale that. So that was crazy. Speaking of, just crazy news stories. Good. Okay, I will say one great piece of news is The Killers. You guys know my love and my affinity for my boys from Las Vegas. They announced a new album is coming out on August 13th called Pressure Machine. And I mentioned before it's a concept album, but this week they announced kind of what the concept is. So it's going to be about the highs and the lows of growing up in this small town in Utah that had like 5,000 people and kind of what that experience was like. And they said that these songs are all slower songs and softer songs that do not lend themselves to like their normal arena rock and so stuff that would never have made the other albums, which is kind of why they decided to make it its own concept album. And they're going to have a duet with Phoebe Bridgers. And I'm just super excited. They announced a tour as well for 2022. And their guitar player is back for this album. He had taken a hiatus for the last 2 albums, but he's back for this one. So yeah, all good things happening with the Killers. So I'm really, really happy about that.
I would totally be down to go to a Killers show. I bought so many concert tickets in the past week. I'm going to go see Bad Religion and Alkaline Trio, and War on Women is opening for them. So excited.
That's awesome.
Going by myself.
I know. I'm trying to like
Here
pace
for it.
myself. Because like there were no concerts, and so now
Yep.
everyone's coming back, and they're like albums and music
Yep.
videos and tours, and spend all of your money.
I know. I definitely snatched up an AFI ticket as well because they're my favorite band, and they're coming in to Phoenix in early 2022. So
There's a rumor
concerts.
right now that Backstreet Boys, NSYNC,
Yes.
and 98 Degrees are all going to go out on tour together, and I
right.
will give my left leg.
Oh
my
my
firstborn.
gosh.
Literally me with Billie Eilish had tickets go on sale. So her concert's not even until April of 2022, and her concert tickets went on sale in May. Super, super early, but I got 17 rows away from the stage, so I'm super
Nice.
stoked.
Yes,
That's
that's
Yes.
awesome. You was
awesome.
there quick.
Oh, I was.
Awesome.
I got approved for the pre-sale, so
Oh,
I
nice,
was gonna
nice.
hop on that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Other news. I don't know if you guys saw this, but broke this week that Millie Bobby Brown was rumored to be in this relationship with this TikTok guy he goes by the name of Hunter Echo, and this all was kind of like last year. So she was 16 and he was 20, and there's pictures of them kind of and nothing like they're not making out or anything, but pictures of them together and kind of smiling and everything. Well, Hunter went on TikTok. He did one of those stupid Hype House live TikTok video things where it's like, it's your boy Hunter, and he got completely wasted and was reading the comments during the live, and people were saying, what you did dating Millie Bobby Brown and what you did with her was really messed up. You were a grown man. She was a kid. And he's like, oh yeah, I totally groomed her. And then he went on to detail a bunch of like explicit sexual acts that went on between them. And he ended up ending his live, and then the next day came out and like apologized. It was like, I shouldn't have done that. But he didn't apologize for anything that happened between him and Millie. It was all about just, I shouldn't have done the TikTok live. And so it's basically this controversy where he was a full-grown man and he's saying, everything was consensual. And so now her team, her people, are saying they're going to take legal action against him for slander and for lying during this TikTok live about stuff that went down between them. And I don't know. I feel really bad because Millie Bobby Brown has been really like upfront with the toll that it has taken on her to be sexualized in the media from such a young age.
Oh my gosh, right? I can't even God, the amount of stories that come out about people sexualizing her and like older men in the media just saying weird things about her is completely ridiculous and disgusting.
I haven't seen her in anything else but Stranger Things. I haven't like really like seen her like being like sexualized or anything. But just like even to think that this like man, because he's a man, he's a grown
Full grown man.
She's still in high school. Who knows? She's famous.
Yeah.
She's something, but.
She's high school
Still,
age.
yeah. That's the thing is like I teach 16-year-olds, and so it's like when I think about that and the disparity between a 20-year-old and a 16-year-old, like it's different than a 44-year-old and a 40-year-old. Yeah. It's completely different.
Honestly, I can tell you how different it was for me between being 18 and 19 and 20. Like even like throughout that like time of like growing up.
The brain development and the experiences and the hormones and just like life stuff that you go through like that. That's disgusting. We just need to throw the whole man away.
Yeah, I agree. Well, he has disabled his social media. His Instagram and TikTok are both disabled. And here's hoping that he just goes away forever. And her team takes him down.
Yes.
Because I'm here for it.
I want to talk our girl, Britney Spears. So Britney Spears, since she's went to court, has been a lot more open and forthcoming about what she's going through under this conservatorship, including some stuff going down with her family. So in the beginning of July, Jamie Lynn Spears, her sister, posted an Instagram. I think we mentioned it in the show where she was like, I love and support my sister. I've done nothing but just be on her side this whole time. And all the fans were like, okay, but where were you? You never spoke up for Britney. You never posted in support of her. You didn't come to a single Free Britney thing. And now all of a sudden that fans are coming for you. You're like, yeah, I love her. So Britney posted on Instagram in mid-July on some picture. I don't even know if the picture was relevant to the caption because that's a Britney thing and we love her for it. She'll post like a picture of a bird and then just like a really deep caption. Anyway, she said, "How dare the people you love the most say anything at all? Did they even put a hand out to lift me up at the time? How dare you make it public that now you care? Did you put your hand out when I was drowning? Again, no."
Wow.
Yeah. She went on further to say, in case that wasn't completely clear, that was about Jamie Lynn. "I don't like that my sister showed up at an awards show and performed my songs to remixes. My so-called support system hurt me deeply. This conservatorship killed my dreams."
I saw that one.
Dang.
Yeah. She's like straight up just saying like,
and like their life is so public. So how can you like hide that?
Yeah.
I don't follow them, but I mean, I feel like that would also be things that would like just show up on the news that you'd hear about.
Yeah. I mean, since Britney's been famous and Jamie Lynn came into the forefront with, I guess, Zoe 101 was her show, right?
Right.
It's been pretty clear that the two of them are really close and love each other. But now since this conservatorship stuff and like, I guess since 2008, it's just been deteriorating. Like Jamie
Since
Lynn.
2008?
That's how long Britney's been in the conservatorship.
That's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
Speaking of Instagram captions, I saw this on social media. Jamie Lynn posted a picture, and her caption to her picture was, "May the peace of the Lord be with you and with your spirit." And then Brittany made a post and captioned hers, "May the Lord wrap your mean ass up in joy today." I died laughing when I saw that. I was
And
like,
then
"Go,
Jamie
Brittany."
went back to her picture and just deleted the caption. Yep.
I just thought I should share because we were talking about Instagram captions, and I think that's
No,
just hilarious how they're communicating with one another.
That's awesome.
These sisters are definitely in a public feud over
Yes.
through Instagram caption right now.
Yes.
It reminds me of like the Carters, like Nick Carter and Aaron Carter.
Yeah.
Because like you've got like the Nick Carter, who I'm not gonna say he's innocent by any means, but at least is like sane, right? And then you've got the like kind of crazy one. And in this instance, like Jamie gets to be the crazy one that's like trying to act like she had her back from day one when clearly she has not.
Exactly. Girl, just shut up. Everybody, if you go to Jamie Lynn's comments right now, I mean, she keeps turning them off, but they're all just like, "Free Britney." Like, just all these Britney supportive comments. So,
Gosh.
That's awesome.
Everyone's hated her since she got pregnant and ruined Zoe 101.
How dare you live your life?
we loved that show, Jamie Lynn. So, hashtag Free Britney. We are here for you,
Yes.
Brit.
Yes.
Come
I
into the
know.
show, spill your tea.
For real. May the good Lord free Britney.
Yes, this is a
That
safe
what I
place.
want. This is a safe place.
This is a safe space. The other news I want to talk about is something that kind of tricked me earlier this week. So, Lil Nas X, I love him so much. Earlier this year, he got into some controversy over his Satan shoes. Nike sued him for copyright infringement. The Satan shoes were a big hit, sold out pretty quickly. Lil Nas X started tweeting, like, "Going to court this week over my Satan shoes." Turns out it was just him teasing his upcoming single that he's about to drop, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
awesome.
It was like a straight up music video.
Yes.
Dude.
So the single is going to be called Industry Baby, and it's a little teaser clip that he dropped, and it's so freaking funny. So he plays every character in it, and he plays the judge, and he plays Lil Nas X and his own lawyer, and he
Wow.
sits down, and they're just like, they're supposed to talk about the Satan shoes, and like, "One question for you, defendant. You gay?" And he's like, "I don't see what that has to do with shoes." And he's like, "All right, let me reword this. Does your mama know you're gay?" And like the whole
I just saw that he tweeted saying this in advance so y'all won't blame me. The Industry Baby video is not for your kids.
Because everyone keeps tweeting him too, like, "We used to love you with Old Town Road. Can't you go back to making child-friendly music?" He's like, "I talked about lean and boobies in that song. Like, it's never been child-friendly, y'all."
To be fair, my kids rock. They rock that. They love it, dude. It's on because it's on Just Dance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, what's up?"
And you
My
got
daughter
Billy
knows
Ray
everything.
Cyrus in it.
I mean, I think I've mentioned this before. Like, I've sing and dance to the WAP song with my baby nephew. He
What
doesn't
they
know.
don't know
He doesn't
can't
speak
hurt.
words.
True.
I know, yeah.
Now that he can say like "mama," I don't mess with that anymore because I don't want his first.
My daughter has started to be like, "Mom, what words in this song can I not say?"
Yeah. you can't say the title of the song. You can't. So I'm really excited for Lil Nas X's new single. He's so funny. If anybody's not following him on Twitter, He's just the funniest person on Twitter.
Yeah.
And TikTok.
Oh my God. Is he on TikTok?
He's so
too?
funny
He
on
knows how
TikTok.
to do it. He knows how to like grab attention.
Everybody has a TikTok now. Like, I feel like the pandemic came and then just everyone was like, TikTok, why not? Like David Spade's on TikTok.
TikTok is actually it's kind of cool. I think
It
I
is
like
cool.
it.
All the boy bands are on TikTok now.
I
feel like
I deleted mine.
I kind of see too much of people though now, because now that everyone has a TikTok, like today, like, you know, the Backstreet Boys are like, woo, filter for 30 seconds. I'm like, I don't need to see that.
Yeah.
Like, I see
I'm
too
only
much
on
of
it
people
for like maybe like 5-10 minutes a week. That's kind
Oh,
of
wow.
It
Yeah.
sucked me in too much. I was on it way more than that when I had it. I was doing like hours a day. I would have too many White Claws and I would post a TikTok. And then the next day I would watch it and be like, that was not as funny as I thought it was. I thought that was hilarious. And it was not.
I feel like that's like all of TikTok.
Yeah.
People on White Claws posting stuff that they think is funny.
So yeah, I am really excited for Lil Nas X. His new song actually is produced by your boy, Kanye West.
You already know. I didn't know, but now I know. And you already know it now.
Now Alex is going to listen.
Yo, for real, because Kanye West is obviously my uncle. And
Oh, wow. Can we get him on the show?
I don't know. He's really busy.
He's running for
That's the
president.
reason.
He's super
That's
busy.
how we can't
he needs his time and space. But he's coming out
With Jeff
because
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
he needs his space. Yeah, but he's coming out with an album sometime soon this week, I think. I don't know. Yeah, there's a release party going on, a listen party to his Donda album. And I heard it was a sequel to his last album, Jesus is King. It was like kind of like a gospel. And I think I heard like this one was gonna be like personal, whatever. And there was like comments that people were thinking like, oh, he's gonna like talk about Kim and like their relationship. He's like, nah, there's no negative stuff going on. This is just like him like in himself and like being positive. And I'm excited for it because he is a musical genius. Like I love Kanye West. Kanye, I'm here for you.
Kanye is listening to our
I'm here
podcast.
for
and
you.
he is in fact
Listening.
not busy.
I have a question for you. Okay, so I think we've talked about this before. I love me some early Kanye West.
Mhm.
All right, College Dropout slaps. I like talk crap, say bad words, every other word Kanye. I don't know if I like I'm never going to cuss again Kanye. What is this album going to look like?
I don't know. I think, so Kevin Durant apparently like left some messages out. I think it were tweets or something. I don't know. He commented on it and he was talking about like Kanye West, like changing like what like music is today. And so when Kanye does that, he's like had 808s, which was like kind of like electro, like emo feel, like sad stories and like, you know, coming with like
auto-tuned a little
like,
bit.
Yeah, it was like very auto-tuned, that album. But you know, he's pretty much like in like my Dark Twisted Fantasy, that one like it's pretty much like he's bringing together like orchestras. So like even though, you know, there was a lot of like swearing every other
See, that's
other
what I
line,
want.
but it was composed like in my opinion beautifully. And I mean, I feel like that's what that's what I expect for this one.
I don't want religious fundamentalist Kanye. I want spit some
In Jesus
ridiculous
King,
rime.
I haven't listened to Jesus is King as much as I've listened to other Kanye albums, but it didn't feel like you're like
Overly preachy or anything.
It didn't feel like that. It just felt like I'm overcoming.
Okay.
And he's just like in it. And like he still like has his like, you know, he still puts his talent in it, puts his music in it. And I'm for it. I'm always for Kanye.
Maybe I'll give it a whirl then.
I hope North is on it.
If
These are clothes.
North.
I hope you guys know what I'm talking about because I can't sing it. I mean, it's not a actual song, but if you get my reference, then good job.
But yeah, I mean, Kanye, he's coming up, and obviously we're talking about like space and stuff. Like Bezos went.
We're talking about rich pompous guys.
We're talking about rich pompous guys and what they can do with their money, or what they choose to do with their money, because you know. Anyways, Bezos made it to space. Apparently, he got a little further than Richard Branson, who
so
was
his
in
dick's
space.
a little bit
And
bigger.
it looked like one a little bit. Spaceship.
Yes.
There's like a whole meme that they're like connecting it to like the Austin Powers like Dr.
Johnson.
Evil spaceship.
That looks just like my husband's three-eyed monster.
So I'm glad that like the world is just like laughing at this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I mean, it's cool. I really think it's cool that, you know, you're heading into space and you're, you know, like learning things, but I don't think there's a real benefit to it other than just because all they're doing is looking at it.
I am the biggest like lover of space and space exploration and space travel. I absolutely love it and have no problem with it. However, it's about priorities.
Yes.
And
yes.
so to me, it's like NASA going to space makes more sense because that is why they exist.
Exactly.
But these just rich dudes flaunting their wealth to take civilians into outer space, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And also, as someone who loves and absolutely adores space exploration, no part of me ever wants to go to space. So
Right?
They're saying that it could be affordable. Well,
I don't need
affordable
it.
to anybody that can afford
Affordable.
Exactly, yeah,
$20,000
affordable.
ticket.
Yeah, to someone who owns a yacht, yes.
Yeah.
But,
Who wants to take me to space?
I could barely afford to go to San Diego.
I'm
So
now taking
not gonna go to
applications
space.
for my space sugar daddy. I do nothing for you, but you take me to space.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a funny. It was him. It was Jeff Bezos, some 18-year-old kid who got there was
Yeah.
a donation going on
And some guy who's like the oldest person to ever go
Oh,
into
so
space.
wasn't that
his brother?
Oh, a woman?
I
So
thought it
he
was
took his brother, and then he took an 18-year-old kid, and then he took this 82 or 83-year-old woman.
I thought the 82-year-old was his brother.
Ah, no. He was
I was
super
like,
woke and
oh.
took a lady to space, y'all. Woke points. Hashtag women are people too.
That's the new pop culture junkie slogan. Women are
Give me a
people
shirt.
too.
People too. We can also go to space. So good for him. His dick is a little bigger than the last rich guy.
Oh God, I can make
Let's
another
see.
joke.
Do it.
Yeah.
You never make dick jokes in the show. It's all me. It's your turn.
I was gonna say his rocket shot a little longer.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, you guys wanted it.
Nicole, you need to calm down. No, I think this is gold. This is great.
Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Wow, Nicole, that was super inappropriate.
You had to bring your mom into this.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Well, anyways, I think this is a great place to wrap it up for the show.
We'll wrap it up. Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, we are
Oh
done
my
with the
gosh.
puns. But where can all of our listeners find everyone?
Well, you can find me, Alex, at ALCASNUN on Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me, Haley, on Twitter at 30nerdypod and Instagram at 30nerdythriving.
You can find me, Shauna, at Shauna Trinidad on Twitter and Instagram. SHAUNATRINIDAD.
There we go. I thought you weren't going to spell it.
Oh, I always got to spell it.
But you can find me, Nicole, on Instagram and TikTok at Nicole_Eldridge and on Twitter at NAEldridge14. You can find us, the Pop Culture Junkies, on our website at popculturejunkie.com. Go join our support group on Facebook, or Pop Culture Junkie support group on Facebook, Twitter at Pop Junkies, and Instagram at pop.culturejunkies. And listen to us wherever you find podcasts. Please download, review, subscribe, whatever you want to do, can do while listening to us, but please download our episodes. We would greatly appreciate it. Once again, thank you to Olympus Games for hosting us every Tuesday. We really appreciate you giving us the available space and time to let us come and see each other in person.
Tune in next week for another hit of pop culture.
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group. All rights reserved.